Welcome back to the Crowe Files, a true crime podcast, episode 4, The Order of the Solar Temple, Wealth, Ritual, and the Fire of Doomsday. Now, imagine this. Firefighters push through the trees of a quiet Swiss mountain village right before sunrise. Smoke hangs low in the air. They expect a small cabin fire. Instead, they find bodies. Dozens of them. Men, women, children. All arranged in a circle, wearing ceremonial robes. Some with plastic bags over their heads. Some shot. Some even drugged. Most burned beyond recognition. And in the center, a carefully placed altar. Candles, wine, and letters explaining that this wasn't a tragedy. It was transit, a journey, a voluntary departure to another star system. This is the story of the Order of the Solar Temple, and how a secret spiritual group of wealthy, educated adults turned into one of the most disturbing mass deaths in modern cult history. Welcome back to the show. I know it's been a while. I've been busy with work, but I'm ready to get back into it now that I have some more free time. Today, we're diving into this case. This is one of the strangest and most chilling cult cases you've probably never heard enough about. Because this one isn't just brainwashing and bunkers. It's mysticism, ancient knights, apocalyptic prophecy, staged murders, and coordinated mass suicides across multiple countries. And the scariest part? These weren't desperate people. They were doctors, engineers, politicians, millionaires, people who absolutely should have known better. And yet, they followed two men straight into the fire head first. Now, every cult has a center. Someone charismatic, someone convincing, someone who talks like they've cracked the code of the universe. For the Solar Temple, that person was Joseph D. Mambro. I think I'm saying that right. Born in France in 1924. No mystical background, no divine calling, just a former jeweler with a love for the occult. He got into esoteric Christianity, secret society lore, and especially the Knights Templars. Now, he believed he wasn't just a spiritual teacher. He believed he was chosen, a reincarnated Templar master, a cosmic messenger. Basically, main character syndrome, but a tad bit more lethal. And then he met his perfect partner in crime, Luc Joret, I think I pronounced that right, a Belgian homeopathic doctor. Tall, charismatic, good-looking, soft-spoken, the kind of guy who could sell you anything and make you thank him for it. He gave lectures about alternative medicine, environmental collapse, spiritual awakening, humanity's coming destruction. And people loved him. He filled rooms. People described him like a rock star. So you had D. Mambro, the secret mastermind, then you had Joret, the public face. Manipulation plus charisma equals deadly combo. Now this is the building of the cult. In the 1980s, they formed the group that would become the Order of the Solar Temple. And this wasn't some backwoods shat cult. This was upscale. Members were dentists, architects, business owners, wealthy families, as I said, politicians and millionaires. Meetings were elegant. Wine, fine dinners, classical music, fine dress. It felt exclusive. And more importantly, it felt sophisticated. People wanted to be a part of it. Like, it was like joining a secret society for the enlightened elite, quote unquote, which made it even more convincing, because cults don't always look crazy at first. Sometimes they look classy, sometimes they feel like family, sometimes they just feel like you share ideas, especially when you have a charismatic leader and a master manipulator. That is a terribly deadly combo. But slowly, the teachings got darker. They mixed Christianity, Templar mythology, UFO beliefs, apocalyptic prophecy, reincarnations, and the stars. Yes, they believed Sirius, the dog star, was humanity's true spiritual home. And Earth was doomed. It was corrupt. It was beyond saving. So the chosen would have to leave. Not die. Leave. They called it transit. A journey to a higher place. To a different dimension. Manipulation and control. This is where it starts to get ugly. D. Mambro didn't just preach. He staged miracles. Hidden speakers, special effects, fake glowing swords, hologram projections. Members thought they were witnessing supernatural, unexplainable events. But it was basically parlor tricks, or theater tricks. Magic show stuff, smoke and mirrors, like literally. He even claimed a child born inside the group was the cosmic messiah. But DNA tests later showed something disturbing. D. Mambro himself was secretly the father, not divine, just manipulation. Everything was about control. Everything was about money. Members would donate huge sums of cash. Some gave their entire life savings. Millions of dollars flowed into the group. Homes were sold. Bank accounts emptied. All in preparation for the end. Classic cult move. Cut people off financially and socially. Now they depend only on you. And that's how it goes. This is where the cracks begin to form. By the early 90s, things weren't going so well. Membership wasn't growing, money was disappearing, authorities were watching, and some members started asking questions. Which cult leaders hated more than anything else was doubt. So D. Mambro pivoted. And if the world wasn't ending naturally, they would trigger the ending themselves. He told followers, the time has come. It's time to leave Earth. Only the faithful will ascend. But here's the thing, not everyone agreed. Some wanted out, including a couple and their baby. So what happened next wasn't suicide. It was straight up murder. This is when the first killings begin to manifest. In 1994, in Canada, near Quebec, a couple had left the group. The couple that left the group was found stabbed to death. Their 3-month-old baby also murdered with a wooden stake through the chest, because D. Mambro claimed the child was the Antichrist. Now let that sink in. A literal baby killed because a cult leader said so. That's when you realize this isn't misguided spirituality anymore. This is straight up psychopathy. The night of the fire. October 1994. Switzerland and Canada, multiple locations, coordinated, planned, and prepared for months. Members gathered in homes. They dressed in ceremonial robes, held rituals, drank wines. Some were drugged heavily. Then, shots rang out. Some were executed. Others suffocated. And then the buildings were set on fire to destroy evidence. 53 people died that night, including children. Firefighters said the bodies were arranged like in a ritualistic circle, like a ceremony. Not chaos, intentional, almost theatrical, like a final performance, the final show. And it didn't stop there. In 1995, France, another 16 dead. Same pattern, robes, ritualistic setup, fire. Then again, in 1997, 5 more, which brings the total death count for this to 74 people across 3 countries. Over 3 years, all tied to the same group. The psychology. Now, here's the scary part. These were not dumb people. They were all educated, successful families. So, how does this happen? Experts say it's not intelligence. It's gradual manipulation, isolation, fear, apocalypse talk, love bombing, the us versus them. Then, if you leave, you're doomed. If you stay, you're chosen. Eventually, death feels like salvation, not tragedy. Your brain begins to rewire itself, and suddenly, walking into a fire makes sense. Now, this is where we get into the fates of the leaders, the manipulator and the charismatic leaders. Both D'Ambro and Jarrett died in the first mass suicide. Some believe they planned to escape. Others think they truly believe their own bullshit. Either way, they never faced justice. And that's what bothers me most. Because 74 people died chasing a fantasy sold by 2 manipulators, 2 crazy people. And the aftermath. The investigations exposed everything. Fake miracles, financial scams, hidden tech, psychological abuse. Families sued, survivors spoke out, but the damage was permanent. Entire bloodlines were wiped out. Kids who never even got a chance, all because 2 guys decided that they were going to play prophet. And here's the thing that sticks with me. They didn't die screaming or fighting. Many walked calmly, believing they were boarding a spaceship, heading home. That's how powerful belief can be. Strong enough to override survival. Strong enough to override reality itself. So next time you hear about secret societies, charismatic leaders, or someone claiming they alone know the truth, remember this story. Remember the Solar Temple. And so many more cults that all have the same script, the same baseline, the same way of getting people drawn in. Because sometimes the most dangerous cults, they don't look crazy. They look elegant. They look polished, respectable, until the fire starts. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please follow the Crowe Files for more real cases just like this. And as always, stay safe, stay vigilant, and question everything. Even the people who sound the most certain, because certainty is how cults are born. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, EJ Crowe. Welcome.